East of Eden, John Steinbeck's literary masterpiece exploring human morality and free will. John Steinbeck's East of Eden is widely regarded as a cornerstone of 20th-century American literature. This modern reinterpretation of the biblical Cain and Abel narrative delves into the eternal struggle between good and evil within the human soul, while examining the tension between fate and free will. Set against the backdrop of California's Salinas Valley, the multi-generational saga of the Trask and Hamilton families invites readers to reflect on the essence of human existence, the weight of choices, and the search for meaning in a fractured world. Plot summary. At the heart of the novel lies the Trask family. Adam Trask, the patriarch, begins a new life in the Salinas Valley using inherited wealth. He dreams of building an idyllic future with his wife, Kathy, but their marriage shatters when Kathy shoots Adam shortly after giving birth to their twin sons, Aaron and Cal, and flees to a brothel. Devastated, Adam raises the boys with the help of Lee, a Chinese-American servant whose wisdom becomes pivotal to the family's journey. Aaron grows into a gentle, idealistic young man aspiring to the priesthood, while Cal, haunted by his mother's cruel legacy, grapples with anger and a desperate need for his father's approval. In an attempt to earn Adam's love, Cal ventures into business but faces rejection. Consumed by rage, he reveals Kathy's true identity to Aaron, who enlists in the military and dies in World War I. Adam, heartbroken by Aaron's death, collapses and utters the Hebrew word timshel, "Thou mayest," as his final words, leaving Cal to confront the burden of redemption. Thematic analysis. 1. Timshel and the power of free will. The novel's central theme revolves around timshel, a Hebrew term meaning, "thou mayest." Steinbeck transforms this phrase from a passive observation into an active declaration of human agency. It rejects deterministic views of fate, asserting that individuals possess the freedom to overcome sin and suffering. For instance, Cal, despite inheriting his mother's destructive tendencies, is not doomed to repeat her path. Adam's dying word, timshel, becomes a beacon of hope, granting Cal the power to choose virtue over vice. 2. The duality of good and evil. Characters in East of Eden exist in moral gray areas. Kathy Trask, often depicted as an embodiment of evil, manipulates and destroys those around her. Yet her actions also reflect the societal marginalization of women in the early 20th century. Conversely, Adam's naivety and rigid idealism inadvertently harm his sons, illustrating how goodness can be passive and ineffective. Steinbeck challenges readers to recognize that light and darkness coexist within every individual. 3. Generational cycles and familial strife. The Trask family's conflicts mirror the biblical Cain-Abel dynamic across generations. Adam's rivalry with his brother Charles, and later Cal's jealousy of Aaron, highlight how toxic patterns perpetuate themselves. However, Steinbeck suggests that these cycles can be broken through conscious choice. Lee, the Trask servant, emerges as the moral compass, decoding timshel and offering a philosophy of resilience. The greatest terror a child can have is not being loved, and rejection is the hell they fear. Character studies. Kathy Ames Trask, a complex antagonist, Kathy embodies both calculated malice and tragic vulnerability. Her transformation into a brothel madam symbolizes humanity's capacity for corruption, yet her final act of suicide hints at unresolved torment. Adam Trask, a dreamer blinded by idealism, Adam's failure to understand his son's emotional needs underscores the dangers of detached virtue. His journey mirrors the biblical Adam's expulsion from Eden. Cal Trask, the most layered character, Cal's struggle for self-acceptance drives the narrative. His eventual embrace of timshel signifies Steinbeck's faith in human redemption. Lee, more than a servant, Lee serves as the novel's philosophical core. His analysis of timshel bridges Eastern and Western thought, emphasizing empathy and moral courage. Biblical symbolism and modern relevance. Steinbeck reimagines Genesis 4 through the lens of 20th-century America. The Salinas Valley becomes a metaphorical land east of Eden, where characters grapple with exile, guilt, and redemption. The name Caleb, Cal, echoes Cain, while Aaron's innocence mirrors Abel's. Yet Steinbeck subverts the original parable. Unlike Cain, Cal is offered a chance to transcend his legacy. Today, East of Eden resonates as a meditation on personal responsibility. In an era of social divides and existential uncertainty, its message, that we hold the power to shape our destinies, remains profoundly urgent. The novel challenges readers to ask, how do we confront the darkness within ourselves and others? Can we choose to be better than our worst impulses? Conclusion, at the threshold of choice. East of Eden is not merely a family epic but a universal ode to human resilience. Through Timshel, Steinbeck rejects nihilism, affirming that free will allows us to strike a match in the darkness of inherited sin and suffering. The novel invites us to view our own struggles, the betrayals, regrets, and yearnings, as part of a shared human journey toward grace. As relevant now as in 1952, this masterpiece endures as both a mirror reflecting our flaws and a compass guiding us toward hope. In Steinbeck's words, "There's more beauty in truth, even if it is dreadful beauty."